founder and CEO of Trieve, and we just published a new blog that I wanted to talk about in a little bit more detail. So the title of the blog, if you navigate to our website and go to the blog and look for it, is called How to Build Agentic RAG for Any PDF in 10 Minutes. And in it, I go into detail about how you can go about building Agentic RAG. The purpose of Agentic RAG is to allow the large language model to write its own search queries, look at the results for those search queries, and then iterate on the terms it's putting inside of that search. I made a simple CLI to test out Agentic RAG, which you can look at the source code for here. And if you don't want to read the blog and go step by step, you can just copy the entire file into Cursor or Claude Code or Klein or your AI coding assistant of choice and let it go to work about implementing it. For the sake of the example today, I wanted to show what it's capable of and how it can improve RAG results. So what I did is I took this old article written by the Canonical AI team about how RAG is a band-aid, and all you really need is to put the file into the context window for Gemini, which I do not dispute. They're 100% right. That is all you need to do. But nonetheless, Agentic RAG can still be cool, and their benchmark dataset they created for the 2025 CrossFit Games Rulebook is a great way to show that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the CLI that I wrote, where I put the 2025 Rulebook into a Trieve dataset for search, and we're going to test out Agentic RAG against it. The first question here that failed on their Gemini with a file versus RAG test was what lenses are not allowed. So we are going to do Trieve ask what lenses are not allowed and see if we can get RAG to work for this query. So again, the model is going to write its own search query. In this case, lens not allowed, camera lens length. And then it says, based on the rulebook excerpts located, due to the visual distortion they create, fisheye lenses are not to be used in the filming of video submissions. Videos shot with a fisheye lens may be rejected. And we can actually look at where it's pulling the references from, which is very, very cool. So far, 1 for 1. We've gotten an improved RAG result via agentic search. Okay, next, how many people can be on a team? Another situation where the Gemini rulebook got it right and the RAG got it wrong. We're going to go ahead and ask how many people can be on a team. And we're going to see that the large language model can write a search query for team roster size, maximum athletes on team. And then once it finds some information from that query, it can refine. Minimum of 4 athletes, competition roster consists of maximum 6 athletes. And it's going to kind of continue to iterate and refactor its search till it gets an exhaustive set of information. So here, in contrast to the summation answer that we get from Gemini, we get a really detailed, for both the semifinal stage and final, the roster may include up to 6 athletes total. And for the semifinal roster, there needs to be a maximum of 6 and a minimum of 4. And only the athletes on that roster are eligible to compete. And we'll keep going. I think there's like 4 queries here that are good examples. So what happens if I skip a workout will be our third. Trieve ask what happens if I skip a workout. And again, the interesting thing is just seeing how the model thinks. It's going to write a basic search query, skip a workout, consequences score, look at the results, skip workout 0 score, look at the results. If athlete fails to submit a score, workout skip, open workout penalty, and then it writes its answer. You get so much detail. You receive 0 if you don't submit, and then you get the actual excerpts from the rulebook, which bolster this. And this level of detail and like exhaustive search nature is really only possible with Agentic RAG, where you let the model write its own queries and iterate on them. If you just get a summary answer, you're going to miss out on a lot of that fine-grainedness. So last question for the day that we want to test, we'll do 2 more. Second to last, can I switch my team members for the games? Again, Gemini got it right in the canonical test and RAG got it wrong. We're going to give Agentic RAG a shot, same way we've been doing. And just like how I said before, it writes multiple queries, iterating on them and improving. And the answer that we get is yes, you can, but only within clear limits, which is correct. And again, it goes into detail and then cites its references. And we can press J and actually expand those. Okay, final question. What happens if I start too early? Again, the RAG got it wrong, but Gemini got it right. Let's see if Agentic RAG gets it right. Trieve asks, what happens if I start too early? We are looking for that 10-second penalty answer. The LLM is going to iterate, start penalty rulebook, false start, wrong starting position, and it already found that 10 second, just checking to make sure it's right before it answers. Finally, if you begin a workout before the go signal, the prescribed penalty will be a 10-second addition to your time. Perfect. Huge win for Agentic RAG. We fixed all the problems with naive RAG that the Canonical team found in their testing and got a lot more detail than just putting the file into the Gemini context window. Do you need this? I don't know, but it's a great tool to have in your toolbox, and we've made it really easy to build at Trieve. Again, if you're interested in implementation, please do check out that brand new blog post. Thanks, guys.